it seems he's not interested, and if we argue, he will just go sleep without solving the problems. But he always told me he really loves me. I need your advice and opinion about this. Please help me to enlighten my mind. Thank you and God bless, Ashley. Ashley, thank you for sending your letter. I think, I think you deserve someone better. Right? Don't let yourself to be the second best. And I'm sure there's other men there, there's other men out there that will make you as a priority and not just a second option. And especially as you said that your fiance is adding women, Filipino women in his Facebook, it's kind of red flags that he's not faithful on you. Because if he's adding a lot of Facebook girls, it means that he's chatting with those girls. We don't know, right? But if he respects you, if he loves you, he will set a boundaries that, look, I should not add these women, because I have a fiance. What would be my fiance gonna say if I got a lot of women's friends? It's okay if those women are married, and they got picture of their husband or their kids. But if it's a woman with a sexy boobs, with a red lipstick, with a nice legs, it's a quite bit what do you call that, hand?
No, honey, I'm still stuck on the sexy boobs.
It's a quite bit
and the legs.
Yeah, suspicious.
And the
It's a quite suspicious. And especially you said that when you got an argument, he's okay that they're gonna sleep. He sleep without resolving it. That's a red flag that the relation. You're not been. He didn't love you fully as the same as you love him. And as you said in your message that what's his problem on his message?
I don't know, honey. You're telling us
that if you said about your day, he will not listen, he's not interested, it means that he's not interested what did you do. And if he's not interested on what did you do on the day, it means that you're not important to him. And about his ex-wife, possible because sometimes there's a kind of love, puppy love, crush, what do you call that, Han?
Deep, sincere, everlasting love.
Everlasting love, unconditional love. No, great love. You're my great love. You're my destiny, like that. There's a kind of level of love in the relationship, and maybe the wife is the greatest love that your husband is. So don't worry about that. The ex-wife is already dead. It's not anymore competitors on the relationship. But what's the problem now is your fiance is not been totally committed and totally serious in the relationship. That's what I think, okay? It's just my opinion. What do you think?
I think he doesn't love you as much as you love him. It's really very simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beth and I both have these challenges all the time. That because we are in social media and we're on YouTube, and we have what was it, 36,900 people who are interested in our lives, and believe me, lots of women call and lots of men call. Now we have very strict guidelines by which we respect each other. And if anybody seems to be saying that they are interested romantically and have any kind of an agenda, be it male or female, they are either told, sorry, not interested in this. People write and ask, because I'm fielding the comments, Terence, I would like to have you as my friend and just chat. And I have to say, very kind of you to think of me in this way, but I'm not up for being anybody's chatmate, because I have my beautiful wife and I love her very much and I'm faithful to her. And I hope that Beth does the same. Actually, if I see anybody and we get the full spectrum of people who actually ask Beth to call them and stuff like that, well, if it gets extreme, they get blocked. Male or female, they get blocked. That's because we respect each other and we are loyal to each other. Now, what are we talking about red flags for? If he has got lots of girls that he is going to. This is not a red flag. Honey, it's an explosion right under your toilet seat. You are going up in the air. Don't you understand that? What do you need to make you realize that this man doesn't love you like you love him? Now, this is a fairly common thing, contrary to what people think who live in a Hollywood type of romance. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you love the person more than they love you, and sometimes they are the same. And finding a balance is what it's all about. In fact, I read somewhere that being married is a way of staying together while you fall in love again with each other.
Yeah, and in your case, you know, you still have a chance to go out before you're gonna enter in, you know. And especially you've been in 3 years now.
3 years?
Yeah, supposedly you already started the, what do you call that, Han? The annulment, if it's really serious, you know.
Well, the annulment is another thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? And it is yet another barrier between being together. But as soon as any other women come in on the scene, then that is just yet another way of saying no. It's another way of saying, this is not working for me, I need something more. And if you're talking to him and he doesn't seem to be interested in what's happening, that can be a defect in communication, or it can be showing you, yet again, another way of him saying, go away.
Yeah, possible he just that's the way that he showed to you that he doesn't care because you're not important to him anymore. But he cannot express it to you because he don't want to hurt you. So what he did, he just show on his actions that he doesn't care, you know, and you're not been taken care of, you know. So
The actions
the action
should be what you should be looking at. It's the actions.
not the word.
How does he behave?
Yeah, because
that's what you should be looking
yeah,
at.
because you can say I love you every day. You can say I love you, I care for you. But if the actions is not if the action is contradict on what he said, words is useless. Okay? So, love yourself first, and then make, you know, don't prefer it for the second best. You know, because as a woman, we should be the top priority. We should be put in a pedestal. If that guy loves you, okay? Did you put me in the pedestal?
Well, not quite.
He put me in the CR. Remember the CR? There's a pedestal. What do you call that in the inodoro?
No, that's the pedestal. Yes, I suppose some people do call it the pedestal, you know. But anyway, let's get away from the toilet. It sounds, or maybe we should be in the toilet, because without being horrible, that sounds like where your relationship is heading. Now, here's the thing. Let's take it forward. You have your annulment. All of that is gone. You've succeeded in getting this man to marry you, and now you're married. What kind of relationship have you got? Does he still have his girlfriends? Does he still have his friends that he's just talking to? He's flirting with other women. If he goes out and he said, what is he saying? Are you privy to those conversations? What does he say?
Yeah, and at the same time, look at on his Facebook page if he declared that you are the fiancé. You know, because there's another problems if he just in his Facebook account is just still single or no relationship, you know, and make sure that in the Facebook he's been posting your face there, your picture together. You know, it's okay if in the room of in his room there's no picture of you because no one go in the room, right?
Well,
But
it's
in
not
his
really,
Facebook account,
honey. Do you think it really is okay? You know, would you want that?
I mean, if they're not been together, right? For example, because it says in his room, right? But if you live together now,
Wouldn't you
all
want that?
you need to do is just go print the picture, print the picture, frame it, and then give to him and says,
Well,
look,
use the same frame and put your picture over hers.
you know, look,
You'll never replace that woman that he lost to death. You'll never replace her
Yeah.
in his heart. That's a given. But it's okay because you know you may be in very good company. She may have been a really fine woman, and if he loves you and his actions proved that, then you would be in good company with someone who was a fine lady, and circumstances and death got in the way, and now it's you. Well, if it is really you, then you're good. But if you want our opinion, or certainly if you want my opinion, I don't think you have taken her place even in life.
yeah,
You're not being respected.
yeah, because if that man respect to you that you and him is already fiance, supposedly he gonna get that picture out or put it in somewhere in the other room, you know, where if he miss his wife, he's gonna go there and look at and go remembering the memories, you know. But if you're there already in his house and you sleep together, you doing quality time, and then all you need to see is the picture of the ex of the wife who
Well,
is
what a
passed.
turn off that would be.
It's a kind of what do you call that, Han? Unusual
It's a kind of a
setup.
turn off. What would he do? So let's say that what's good for one is good for the other.
What if
And you're in there and you're doing it, and he looks over at the picture of you with this hunk that no longer loves you, or that went his own way. He's
Yeah.
looking at your old boyfriend, and you're looking at his old wife. Oh, that's a very crowded bedroom. You know, like there's 4 of you in there. Doesn't
Yeah.
sound like it will work.
Yeah, so you know, talk to your fiance, and then just said, I want to make sure, I want an assurance, and I want to raise my concern. I want to raise my my issues here. You know, because what's the purpose of going farther if there's already barriers? Okay, correct?
You already know the answer to this, you know. And
Yeah,
most,
it is
most
denial.
people do. Most people know the answer. Here's what I judge when I'm out, and let's face it, when I go out, I actually, if I'm alone, I see lots and lots of beautiful women. You know, it just seems to be the way. We're in Bohol, and I see lots of beautiful women. I don't doubt for a minute that if Beth is wending her way to the bank or through the marketplace, I have no doubt that she doesn't see lots of wonderful looking men, and probably half my age. So I have a very simple way to judge it. If I talk to a woman, if I have an exchange of any kind, communication-wise, with a woman, this is how I judge whether it's okay. I try to conduct myself to other women in a way which, if unbeknownst to me, Beth had suddenly come into the room or into the area and was watching and able to listen to what I'm saying, would I say anything that would offend and make her feel betrayed? And that's how I do it, and that's how I hope that she would do it. You know, I don't put out to other women making them think that they have a chance with me. I mean, look at me. It's a big problem for me, as you obviously must know. I don't do the stuff which would be difficult to tell Beth. I don't do it.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's a kind of relationship that, in the beginning already, you already been 2 years, and there's already been sign. So yeah, I know you're in the stage of denial that everything will be okay, but
It won't.
as a woman's advice, as the same as my personal advice is, you need to look and love yourself first. Because if you continue the relationship, later you just be used, okay, it's fine, it's okay, he loves me, that's what she said, and later on you will be immune on that kind of setup, and then you just realize that it's not you anymore. Okay?
It won't be about you. And even if initially you are willing to settle, that never works.
Yeah.
Believe me, after a while, you will get to the point where you say, hell, I'm worth more than this. Well, don't wait until you get married again.
Yeah, and don't wait until it's too late, Don't
Right.
wait until you're gonna be around 50, and then you cannot find any more, it's difficult to find another guy that will respect and will love you unconditionally and will accept you with all his heart, so
Why would you do that? Why
Yeah.
would you do it? So, get the hell out of that is my...
I know in the beginning it's difficult in the beginning, but later on you will forget that man. Always